Enjoy the holidays with American Lifestyle Radio. From all of us at American Lifestyle Radio, have a happy holiday season. Wishing you a happy holiday season. This is the American Lifestyle Network and Lifestyle Radio.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Great party, huh, guys?
Yeah,
This is
so
great.
much fun.
If I do say so myself. Hey, did you know that birthday parties actually help build confidence in kids?
Yeah, I did know that.
Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Right, of course.
Yeah, I knew that. Did you know that strollers have the right of way on sidewalks?
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, that's true. Did you know that friendly kids statistically have more friends?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Think I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Social Security provides important financial assistance to women in times of need, including a sudden illness or an injury leading to disability. While many illnesses and injuries are difficult or impossible to prevent, there are steps that women can take to help prevent some health issues so that they can live longer and healthier lives. In order to address these concerns in one place, we have a website designed for women that provides pertinent information to women regarding Social Security services. This website includes information that may be particularly useful to working women, women who receive Social Security benefits, brides, new mothers, wives, divorced women, caregivers, and widows. Our website for women provides information on retirement, survivors, disability, and supplemental security income benefits. Our website also contains links to Social Security publications relevant to women's issues. You can visit our website for women at www.socialsecurity.gov/people/women.
You're listening to American Lifestyle Network Radio. Happy holidays from all of us at American Lifestyle Radio. You're listening to Lifestyle Radio, a service of the American Lifestyle Network. Coming up, a visit to a great restaurant in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. It's called Lulu's on Main Street, and it's owned and operated by a woman named Nancy. I'll explain the whole thing. Coming up.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child, and believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
It's time now to take a trip to Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. If you're planning a visit to the Bay, then make some time for some great food at Lulu's on Main. It's owned and operated by Nancy Moynihan.
Well, I feel like I'm in New Orleans, but really we're in Bay St. Louis. We've got some beautiful music in the background. I'm speaking with Nancy. Nancy, tell us about this restaurant.
Well, this has been a lifelong dream of mine to do this. I own the building and I started serving lunch in a 12 by 12 kitchen 8 years ago. And just about 10 months ago, expanded my kitchen and moved the whole back of the building to just be total restaurant. I grew up in New Orleans. You made a reference to New Orleans.
I did.
So, I did grow up in New Orleans, and Bay St. Louis was a natural gravitation for me. It's like little New Orleans for me.
For you. And you know, it's so great because there's such a New Orleans influence here, and we have the great artists, we have people with imaginations who have come here, and it's a little better. It's wide open anyway.
Absolutely. And you know, it's very bohemian. It's only 45 minutes from New Orleans, and it's such a wonderful artist community, from potters to fine art, to food, art.
Of course, food. Now, of course, speaking of food, I notice on your shirt it says chef.
Yes.
So you are a chef, and I assume you've been that way for a long time.
Yes. I got my formal restaurant training at cooking at Commander's Palace in New Orleans in the 90s. But the true benefit of my experience and talent comes from my mother and my grandmother. It's just old New Orleans cooking.
What can people expect here at Lulu's as far as cooking is concerned? Now, we're here at the brunch, so we have a little bit of breakfast, a little bit of lunch here.
Oh yeah, we have griots and grits, shrimp and grits, eggplant Benedict. It's a very traditional New Orleans brunch fare. Our lunches include roast beef po' boy, of course, slow roasted, chicken salad. I do bisque, corn and crab bisque, soups, salads, just a conglomeration. And then dinners are trout pecan, very New Orleans fare as well. Our noodle pillow, which is grilled shrimp with wonderful grilled vegetables, and then I throw in specials. We do prime rib and some Mediterranean fare.
And I guess people need to understand that this is not fast food. You come in and you sit and you enjoy.
You will, yes, everything is cooked to order. We don't pre-cook anything. So you might have to wait a few minutes, but my anticipation of you having to wait is that you leave with a wonderful memory of really good food.
So when we say shrimp, we're not talking about these frozen things that...
No. Actually, I just got back from picking up fresh shrimp for this morning for our shrimp and grits.
And that, I guess that is really what you're trying to convey with this restaurant.
Yes, it's not a just come fill your belly with mediocre food. My whole dream is to make this a memorable experience, and if someone out there knows somebody that's coming to Bay St. Louis, I want them to say, you have to go to Lulu's.
There you go. And of course, Nancy, I'm sure that people come up to you and say, you know what you want to do with this dish? Do you get a lot of suggestions?
I don't get a lot of that. No, I don't.
You hit it on the nail already.
I'll hit it on the nail. Nail on the head. Yep.
Exactly. Now, I noticed too that a lot of restaurants don't really serve dinner anymore. Late dinners. They're mostly going to a lunch or afternoon lunch, that type of thing. Evidently, that is the trend. People don't like the heavy meals at night.
I don't really know how to answer that question. We have a lovely dinner menu, but it's light. But if you come for dinner and you want a roast beef po' boy, I'm going to serve it to you. Or if you want chicken salad or something that we serve at lunch, I will certainly accommodate that.
So attention to detail, attention to the good, fresh food. That's what Lulu's going to offer. And of course, I have to ask you the obvious question. This is Nancy's restaurant. We have Lulu in the name. Where did that come from?
Like I said, it's a dear friend of mine. If you want to know the story, we were watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and her given name is Cindy, and Cindy Lou Who is in The Grinch That Stole Christmas, and somehow it just stuck.
Lulu came there.
Lulu stuck.
Nancy Moynihan, owner and operator of Lulu's on Main in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. For more information, go online to www.baystlouisoldtown.com, or you can call 228-463-1670. Enjoy the holidays with American Lifestyle Radio. From all of us at American Lifestyle Radio, have a happy holiday season. You're listening to Lifestyle Radio, a service of the American Lifestyle Network. Join us here on Lifestyle Radio for great news, information, entertainment, music, and great travel information. This is Lifestyle Radio.
Welcome to Consumer Science News and Notes, an informative program from experts on your health, home, family, food, and finances. Keep a pen and paper handy. During the program, we will let you know about websites you can visit for useful data and ideas. Many are surprised to learn they don't know as much about the Selective Service and the law as they thought they did. For example, many don't realize that virtually all young men must register when they turn 18, including immigrants living in the U.S. regardless of their immigration status. Others are shocked to find that those men who want to become a citizen will have to show proof of registration and that some states require it for a driver's license. To learn more, visit www.sss.gov. Sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS, is the leading cause of death among infants. There are ways to help reduce the risk of SIDS and other sleep-related causes of infant death. Always put babies to sleep on their backs during every sleep time. Lay babies to sleep on a firm sleep surface covered by a fitted sheet. Put babies to sleep in a separate sleep area in the same room next to where you sleep. To learn more, call 1-800-505-CRIB. If you'd like to help serve justice, a new educational opportunity may be for you. The Clinical Forensic Evaluation of Gunshot Wounds course, developed by renowned expert Dr. Bill Smock, can help law enforcement, nurses, and other justice and medical personnel recognize and preserve evidence on gunshot victims. The program includes a 24-hour online course and a 2-day lab at the Gallon College of Nursing's state-of-the-art simulation center in Kentucky. Learn more at gallencenterpd.com/forensic course.
Mom and I have had many happy times together in this kitchen. Cooking is something she's always taken pleasure in, and I want her to be able to continue to enjoy preparing her own meals. However, older adults like Mom are at a high risk for cooking fire-related injuries and deaths.
Unattended cooking is the leading cause of kitchen fires. If you have to leave even for a short period of time, turn off the stove. Wear short, close-fitting, or tightly rolled sleeves when cooking. Loose clothing can catch fire on gas or electric stove elements. Keep the stovetop and oven clean and free of grease and oil. Keep all flammable material away from heating elements. Never use the stove or oven for heating a room. And don't forget smoke alarms. Their early warning gives you the opportunity to make a safe escape. Place alarms inside each bedroom, outside each sleeping area, and on every level of your home. Test once a month. Change the batteries at least once a year and replace the unit every 10 years. Remember, smoke alarms save lives.
These safety tips have been brought to you by ESFI.
While a traumatic brain injury is serious, knowing a few facts can help you protect yourself. It's caused by a head injury that disrupts normal brain function. Falls are the leading cause. Others include car accidents and sports injuries, particularly bicycling. The injury is seen most often in men, the very young, and the very old. Also, the death rate from brain injury for African Americans is 25% higher than for the overall population. One of the most serious problems with a head injury is what's known as talk and die syndrome. The head injury sufferer is able to walk, talk, and behave normally immediately after, and everyone thinks he or she is just fine. Later, the victim succumbs to the injury. All head injuries should be seen by a doctor immediately, and again if headaches, dizziness, sleep problems, or irritability develops. In addition, all concussion victims should take a complete break from mental as well as physical activity for a few days. You can learn more, including whether you might need a lawyer, from a free guide at accidentattorneys.org. Investors who take the time to check the credentials of a financial professional can greatly reduce the chance of falling victim to a fraudulent scheme. That's the word from the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. To help, the CFTC launched a new effort to protect consumers from financial fraud. Called CFTC Smart Check, the campaign includes a new website that offers investors access to quick, effective tools to help them check the background of financial professionals. To learn more, visit smartcheck.cftc.gov, prepared by the CFTC. If you're ever involved in an accident on the highway, try to avoid a particular hazard. In many cases, people are hurt or even killed after surviving the initial crash largely unscathed. There are 3 things you should remember so you're not one of them. First, stay in your car. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, about 16% of pedestrian traffic deaths occur on freeways. People who get out of their cars are killed and injured far more often than those who stay inside. Next, stay belted. Even people who do stay in the car but unbuckle their seatbelts are more easily and severely hurt by subsequent cars that pile into them. Finally, stay calm and connected. Don't panic and don't get into a discussion on the spot with another driver. Do try to signal the other drivers to get off the road to somewhere safe where you can exchange information and contact the police. To help, experts on safety at the Accident Attorneys Organization developed a safety checklist that you can download at accidentattorneys.org. Chances are you don't know how much money you'll need to live comfortably throughout your retirement. Research by the Insured Retirement Institute found barely half of all Americans nearing retirement age have even tried to calculate a savings goal. With National Retirement Planning Week nearing, experts recommend using this time to determine a goal and create a plan to get you there. Those with a plan are urged to review and update it. To help, resources are available online at retireonyourterms.org or contact a professional financial advisor.
Your home, one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. A few easy electrical safety steps can help ensure your home is safe for your family. Keep the electrical panel accessible so you can quickly shut off power in an emergency. Always replace fuses or circuit breakers with the correct size and amperage, and label all circuits. Consider upgrading your breakers to state-of-the-art AFCIs. Look and listen for warning signs like outlets and switches that are warm or make crackling or buzzing sounds. Overloaded outlets can overheat and start a fire. Regularly check all cords, outlets, switches, and appliances for damage or wear. Use extension cords only temporarily. They're not intended to provide a permanent solution. Test ground fault circuit interrupters every month. And don't forget smoke alarms. Place them inside each bedroom, outside each sleeping area, and on every level. Test them monthly. Change batteries yearly and replace them every 10 years. Remember, smoke alarms save lives. These safety tips have been brought to you by ESFI.
Until the next time, we hope these ideas for your health, your safety, and your finances make your day a little better and a lot more fun.
Wishing you a happy holiday season. This is the American Lifestyle Network and Lifestyle Radio. You're listening to Lifestyle Radio, a service of the American Lifestyle Network. Coming up, a visit to a very family-friendly attraction, the Infinity Space Center, a NASA Visitors Center in Pearlington, Mississippi.
When Dad needed help getting around, I became his driver. Any daughter would do the same. But soon enough, he needed help doing more things, and it was up to me to be his personal shopper and financial manager, too. And before I knew it, Dad moved in with me, so I became his cook, his personal assistant, his physical therapist, and even his nurse. When I started taking care of Dad, I didn't realize all the roles I'd have to play. But no matter what, I know I'm still his daughter.
We understand the many roles you play. And to help, we created an online caregiving resource center. At aarp.org/caregiving, you can find resources and connect with the caregiving community. Together, we can better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving to learn more. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, tail-wagging, backyard-hanging, and, of course, companionship.
And what breed would you say Satchmo is?
I'd have to go with maybe a lavish terrier-hound chihuahua-looking kind of mix.
Tremendous dog.
I'd also like to point out Satchmo's coloring, a white, gray, brown, black brindle, simply marvelous.
You know, it's such a treat to watch a dog like this.
Now, let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive. And now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance, so common with this group.
And finally, the loving face lick.
It's great how he just gets in there and, well, licks.
Fantastic. But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
If you're planning a visit to South Mississippi and the Mississippi Gulf Coast, make time for the Infinity Space Center in Pearlington, Mississippi. It's a place filled with great things to do. The entire family will enjoy this attraction. Tricia Machado is the Director of Guest Relations.
Infinity Science Center is a place where fun meets fascinating. It is geared toward anyone of any age group, from a young kid to an adult who's been out in the field forever and retired.
Very good. Now, this is the children will enjoy it in here, and the adults as well. Tell me, first of all, what type of exhibits and playthings do you have for the children?
Well, we have several. We start out with NASA exhibits, and we show anything from when the first rocket was built, with a lot of different costumes that the astronauts wear. We show International Space Station. We show food here that you can purchase, that the astronauts eat on board the spacecraft. We have things for kids to learn about surface tension. They learn about animal tracks, of which track belongs to which animal. We have a dome theater that's really cool. It's our new addition. And we show immersive movies where you can learn about the history of space. You can learn about, is there life on other planets? You can learn about dinosaurs. I mean, it goes on and on. So it's geared towards any curiosity.
I am showing one of the simulators right now. This is the one that looks like a spacecraft.
Yes.
What is that one?
Okay, that's our Omega simulator, and what it does is when you go inside, it simulates a particular movie that you would explore, a planet, a Star Wars war type of thing. You explore Ice Age, ice caves, anything like that, of that subject matter. So what it does is you go in and you feel like you're part of the movie. It takes you from one direction to another, and you don't even know where you're going to end up. And there's things that are flying at you. But that's all I want to say about it, because I want you to come out to Infinity Science Center to actually try that ride.
It's a very motion
very
ride.
motion. And we highly recommend those who are pregnant, who are not used to the motion, to not go on it, but they can actually see what their kids and what their family members are going through, because we have a camera outside, so they can rest assured that their family members are safe, even though they can't go inside.
Gotcha. Now, also on the floor, you have, I don't know if you call it a simulator, but it has 2 seats in it.
Yes.
Yeah, what is that?
That's our cockpit. That's when you can go in and become a pilot for a few minutes. You go inside, use the throttle, use your thrusters. You have to be able to, look at it, look at your all your panels to make sure that you're following the directions, and you just take off and you actually fly through a simulated snowstorm or rainstorm. So you have to be sure that you don't go too high, too low, and you just keep the plane steady. And then once you go through that storm, you're able to land with ease.
And as you walk into this one area of the center, it looks like Mars.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay. We just found out recently, a few days ago, that Mars has water. So we have a lot of photographs that show you instances from Mars, and we have TV monitors set up that talk about different places of Mars that we are actually exploring.
We're right next to this, what looks like an igloo, big igloo.
Yes.
What is that?
That is our dome theater, our immersive theater, and when you come out here, you will see that it's going to take different shapes and different looks of it, because we're going to be changing it for our upcoming Homeschool Monday. We have something that is called the Creepy Crawler. So when you come in here, during that time, you may see the dome theater looking a little creepy, but we don't want to tell you what it is. We want you to come out here to see it. But what the dome is a dome theater. It's sort of like a planetarium type of look. You go inside, there are bean bags set up, there are leather seats that recline, and you experience lying down and you watch a movie that will talk about possibly our space areas, space colonies. You will also see the life of a dinosaur. You will see where they came from, where they actually went around and explored and lived. We also have a family that built a colony on the moon, and the kids are actually born there. Now, picture this, being on the moon, never ever seen what it was like living on Earth. So we have a visitor that comes from Earth, its grandfather, to visit his grandkids for the first time, and they're, through the eyes of the grandfather, are able to visually see and hear what it's like living in a place that has atmosphere, that has water, that has rain, that has canyons and dinosaurs and the Ice Age. Where on the moon, we know there is no gravity, there is no atmosphere, there is nothing.
Wow. Well, I would assume that you have to do exhibits like this to keep up with the technology, because the kids are getting smarter.
Right, they sure are, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to spark that curiosity in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. We want them to be sparked up and to get curious and to ask us questions and be smarter than us, because they're our future generations.
And I think that's very important to bring out in the fact that any children that go to school and get tired of school, drop out, whatever, it may not be interesting. It's not that they don't want to learn, it's just the way they learn. Right. And science centers like this one certainly will challenge their imagination.
Oh, definitely. And what we try to do is we try to tell stories about things and also give detail and facts. So we play games with them to make them remember what things are. Like with the 7 continents, we have our Earth right here. And what we do is we try to spark and say, okay, there's how many continents? There's 7. So there's 4 that begin with the letter A, and then the rest are very easy to remember. So we give them some samples, like what comes to mind when you think of the continent Africa? What comes to mind with Asia? What comes to mind with Australia, and so forth? And so that helps them to remember an image, a graphic image, so that when they are able to, when they're asked to school, like what are the 7 continents, they can remember these images and then therefore proceed and tell the classroom what the 7 continents are.
Now, we're on one level, and then there's an upper level, and you said something about an adult area.
Yes,
what is
we do
that?
have an adult area. We have what we call our place for the adults to rest and become a kid again. It's called the Paper Airplane Station. And in that station, you can look and follow instructions on a table, or you can build that particular airplane that you did when you were a child, like I can show you that I built when I was a child once we walk upstairs.
Very good. And then around, of course, would you consider this science center a self-guided tour?
Yes, it's a self-guided tour, but there's always us in our white lab coats and NASA here to help you answer any questions. And if we don't know the answer, we'll find someone that can answer it for you. But we highly suggest you come out here. There's lots to do for, like I said, any age, and have fun exploring.
Tricia Machado, Director of Guest Relations for the Infinity Space Center, a NASA Visitors Center at the Stennis Space Center in Pearlington, Mississippi. Visit their website at www.visitinfinity.com. You're listening to American Lifestyle Network Radio. Happy holidays from all of us at American Lifestyle Radio. Wishing you a happy holiday season. This is the American Lifestyle Network and Lifestyle Radio.